So mental health can happen to everyone, regardless their race, their ethnicity, but we know that every culture has a different way to look at mental health and mental health challenges. So if you can write in the chat, how does culture impact mental health? Expectation, values that we can see definitely. What else? Communication, I love that. The way we communicate and whether we communicate or not, whether we can talk about it. Thank you. Yes, it's really important. Denial, misunderstanding. Stigma that surrounded mental health. Support, yes. In the parent language or not. That's really interesting one. And we all here are parents and caregivers or are working with kids and teens. And that's why it's important to add it to our language. And definitely we will talk about that today. So when we think about the ways that culture affects mental health challenges, we can see a lot of stigma surrounding mental health. Sinwar is saying, in my culture, you are not sick when you are struggling with mental health issues. That's a great one, definitely. And I can see also vulnerability. That's also something. Do we show ourselves as vulnerable or not? Are we allowed to show that or not? Depends on maybe on our gender. So what are the stigmas that surrounded mental health? I can share with you a few of them. And as you can see, I'm not writing which culture is doing what, and I will explain about it later. One of the things that I talk in many of my workshops are that everyone is individual in their own culture, and we need to remember that. There are some expectations from culture, there are some beliefs that we believe in, that we learned from, that we are expected to do norms and behaviors, but we are individual in our own culture. And you will see how it's related to mental health and how this is important when we are trying to help our kids and support them. So stigmas can be people with mental health are dangerous, they're crazy. It's because they don't believe in God, they got punished by God, they have evil spirits, and because of that, they're behaving this way. They don't have any problem. It's just an excuse for bad behavior. They're just lazy. Mental health is something that we don't talk about. This is a private issue. Parenting problems, I know that that's also something that I heard. It's indication that it's a parenting problems. It's personal weakness, lack of emotional harmony. We have a lot of stigma surrounded mental health.